Hey there, and thanks again for purchasing MorphBook, or for your interest in MorphBook. Today, let's talk about appointments. The appointment setup is very dependent on all of the other settings, whether you set a subject or a service, or add-ons, what employees you have, their schedules, etc. So let's use the demo page. We can start off on the admin side here, and right from the front page, you can either do My Appointments or Book Now. These can also be seen in the menu page, the hamburger, or the navigation menu. Right down here, Book Now, and Appointments. So to start, let's click on the Book Now button. As you can see right away, we have our three clients. So let's just click on Emma here. Her dog, Biscuit. You can also see the services that we offer and the size of the dog. So let's just use a nail trim. And then from here, you can select any of the employees that are available. So we can choose Emma Wilson, and we can choose a date that they can do the appointment on. And you can see all the available times which are dependent on the business hours and the amount of time it'll take to do the service. So we can click on 10:15, and then we have any add-ons that the business might have. So we can do maybe a paw treatment. And it shows how much that'll cost here and here. So let's continue on to the review page. In the review, it'll show everything we talked about. So your pet, your service, how much that'll cost, and how long that'll take, the employee, date, time, and the add-on. And then that's calculated together to show the final price. From there, you can also add any special requests. And then you can click on Confirm Booking. Now, this is dependent on what settings that the admin has set, because if you've decided to set any payment options, you may have it that the client will actually show the payment options before actually being able to book. So as you can see right now, because this is actually as the default set to pay in person, it just says that the payment is unpaid. And then as the admin from the My Appointments or Appointments page, you can actually see a few options. There are just all, so it'll show all the appointments that are currently in our selection menus. We have pending, so this will just show the 3 pending appointments. It'll show confirmed, so we had actually confirmed an appointment for May 1st. Any completed appointments, and then we have not completed, canceled, or no-show. Now, as you can see here, we have approval, we have a reject, we have the ability to add any discounts and do any refunds. In the confirm, we can also just cancel that and mark as completed. We can also do the same, adding the discount and adding a refund. And here in the completed, we just have the ability to add a discount and add refund as it has been completed. Now, what you'll see is canceled right now is the only extra option that you can do from the other menus. Not completed and no-show will be in future updates. This will be free of charge as MorphBook is a one-time purchase. And as the admin, you can also select appointments based on what employee has appointments, because in the default of the dog grooming configuration, we have it set that the admin has to approve appointments, but you can also set it to other settings like allowing the employee to approve appointments. Let's move on to the admin settings. So go to the hamburger menu. You can go down to admin. We'll go over to settings, and we can click on the downwards arrow. That'll take us to the bottom, and then we're going to scroll up here. So right here at payment settings, this will show us all the options for the different ways that we can configure payments in your booking program. So right here, there's actually a button that says require admin approval before payment. When this is on, the clients will book the appointment, the admin will approve, and then the payment link will be sent to the clients and the client will pay. But if you have it off, then you don't actually require the admin approval before paying. So it'll be the client pays immediately when booking, and the admin reviews, and you can add any refunds or discounts after the fact. So right now, as a default, we have the ability to just have it as pay in person. None of the others have been set up. You can activate that or deactivate it. And then in the others, we have Stripe, Square, or PayPal options that you can configure. At the moment, nothing is set up in these, but in our documentation page, you can, unless you already know how to do this, read about that and configure. If you require that we need to talk more about, or if you need help with configurations of payments, we can talk about this in another video. And just let me know. You can email me or let me know on Facebook. And make sure that when you are configuring, that each of them they've already been set to as default sandbox or testing mode. So you will have to change that to live or production settings. The next thing that we should look at is the email and messaging SMS settings. So both of these you will have to set up, and if you want things like the client to be emailed any appointment information, if you want to be emailed any appointment information, if you need to do any back and forths, if you want any texting or emailing back and forth, you can do that through this system. And these will, as you can see, have guidelines on how you can set that up. And again, if you need any new setup videos, we can always create those for you. At the moment, you can either look in here or you can look in the documentation to get any extra details on how to do that. Gmail is pretty straightforward. I don't believe you would need to pay anything for that, but if you did do SMS, usually there is a cost factor to this, like Twilio and Vonage, AWS. They all probably would make you pay a certain amount per text. So I believe I've covered enough to get you started with appointments. If you like the program, please leave a testimonial and or like or follow us on Facebook. And thanks for watching. Bye now.